Oprah Winfrey, Vice President Kamala Harris, Samuel L. Jackson, Spike Lee, and our forever Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman. What do they all have in common? Well, they all graduated from HBCUs. Don't know what I mean? Historically Black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, are institutions of higher education in the United States that were established before the Civil Rights Act of 1964, with the intention of primarily serving African American community. During this period of segregation in the United States prior to the Civil Rights Act, the great majority of institutions of higher education served predominantly white students and disqualified or limited Black American enrollment. For the century after slavery in the United States in 1865, most colleges and universities in the southern United States prohibit all African Americans from attending. While institutions in other parts of the country regularly employ quotas to limit admissions to African Americans, HBCUs were established. They were established to provide opportunities to African Americans and largely responsible for establishing and expanding the African American middle class. HBCUs are also important to American culture. American culture largely derives from African American culture, and this culture particularly emerges from HBCUs. The HBCU is the epicenter of African American culture. On these campuses, students are validated. They validate pop culture, entities that lend to their authenticity to social economic movements. Simply stated, once a product, service, or establishment is vetted by HBCU, it's deemed credible globally. So when you think about the HBCU, this is apparent as many companies, including but not limited to Nike, The North Face, Timberland, Ralph Lauren. They are all sustained by African Americans and HBCU support. These companies, their intellectual properties, and their products become synonymous with the HBCU and are a status symbol for those attempting to perhaps replicate the African American cool factor intertwined with social consciousness and academic achievements. So the next time you think about your favorite college or institution, please don't forget to include your HBCUs.